Hi everyone, happy Sunday. I'm here with our weekly future magic reading. As always, take what connects with you, leave what doesn't. This is just a place to be able to kind of ground, receive, get some insight, get some support. Sometimes it's not necessarily the message of spirit and all of it. Sometimes it's an image, a symbolism, a word, something that connects that to you and can be applied. So, keep that in mind. Could be simple imagery that you're like, oh, I needed to see that, and that's the message. Just want to put that out there for starting out. We just had an eclipse, partial eclipse. It's a new moon. It's the last day of Virgo season, on the cusp of the fall equinox tomorrow. And I'm just here to pull some cards and see what Spirit has for us this week. As always, and lots of love, peace, solidarity for all. May our intentions and our magic be used for liberation, for care, for community, for healing, for resilience, for witnessing, for curiosity, and for the highest and truest good for us all. Okay. Let's tap into it. I'm going to do a little fun thing I've been doing, which is a 3 little knock to wake us up. I've got my candle going. I've got my smoke. I've got this beautiful incense that I got from House Witch, which smells like the East Coast and Salem, and a little bit of nostalgia for me on the West Coast as fall is coming in, and it just feels differently here on the West Coast, but it does smell like fall, just different. So I'm rambling. Okay, we've got our cards. Let's settle in, take a deep breath together, and let it all out. Divine Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, and all cards, you guide us in reading for us collectively for the truest and highest good, and knowing and doing and all that we need. Thank you, and so it is, and here we flow. Okay, let's go. I'm just gonna do it until we get a card that flies out for us. Okay, it's a lot, so we're gonna wait. I like them face up. Everyone has their own kind of decision with them, and you should follow your intuition with it, but I always feel I know when it is right. So and just a reminder, again, receive what connects. Remember, we need to collectively put these, our wands, into action as much as we are receiving. And so we got it. All right. Okay. Temperance. And let's see what our action card is for the week with this. Okay. All right, babes. We've got Temperance and we've got the 4 of Pentacles. I mean, it makes sense. I'm going to be real. Temperance came in my personal reading as well. And it's so interesting because like last week was the Queen of Wands and the 3 of Wands, and that was coming up. So I just feel like it's kind of just like, this is it. Temperance is ruled by Sagittarius. It is, sometimes it's a card about needing to find balance. It can be a card sometimes that symbolizes addiction and navigating rocky terrain and kind of like looking at the ways that our patterns, our ways of engaging with things, whether they are physical, esoteric, emotional, can be a little like overall consuming or too restricting. Like it's kind of like we can go to different extremes, but also the power of it is understanding both of those. So it's like kind of understanding the shadow and how it can help us navigate with more compassion and empathy in the light, in the challenges, if that makes sense, right? we understand our shadows and we understand each other more clearly. If we look at the card, there is like a toe in the water, right? There's 1 foot there and 1 foot on land. And that's the balance, you know, the fluidity and the solid ground. And we can do both, right? And if you've ever been by a body of water and you put 1 foot in, it can feel a little unsteady kind of, right? But once you have it in and you're stable, you're kind of like, oh, you're experiencing these two sensations at once. And really, I think this week, Temperance is a reminder of, you know, there's a shitstorm out. Like, it's bad. It's bad. And everyone's saying that it has been bad. And it's like even more inflamed right now. And so it's really, really, really important for us to make sure that we are keeping perspective, right? That we are staying grounded. We are processing the emotions that come up, whether it's the rage, it's the grief, whether we are understanding that, okay, I'm disassociating right now, and how can I come back to my center or come back to my body if need be? Or to understand, like, okay, I'm disassociating right now because I'm a human being and I'm having a very real reaction to what is going on around me. I think Temperance reminds us not to judge. Temperance reminds us that we all have our internal struggles. And we all are going to be challenged right now. We are being challenged right now. We're being challenged to, within all of this, connect to our righteous rage, connect to each other, connect to healing, connect to truth, connect to curiosity, connect to making sure that we are doing the best we can with the tools we have to then show up. Like, we need to be we've been training for this, essentially. And this is like, Temperance is kind of like, remember, you know how to navigate through this. There are the tools here. And that, yeah, there may be like moments of just kind of like, what the fuck? You know, what the fuck? But Temperance is so beautiful and that it's integrated so much. And you can say to yourself, no, this has happened in a different context or a different thing, and I learned from that, and I integrated that, and I'm prepared. I'm ready. And I can still see the beauty within the chaos. And that's relevant going in, I think, to Libra season and the fall equinox coming up. Like, this fall equinox, which is tomorrow, is very much like, you know, it's a release. It's the beginning. It's like the witch's new year. It is this time of kind of like harvesting, but also releasing, right? We're doing this, we're playing within this duality of things. And Temperance is so much about that duality. It's the, you know, the refilling the cups, and, you know, the beautiful growth, and the foot in the water and the foot on the land. And it's like, when we kind of wear our understanding, our empathy, our experiences, the integration, like the work that we've done in sharing that and getting it, you know, getting the tenderness, that's just so powerful and beautiful and necessary, you know, like, it's, how do I put this? It's like, we know what goes on in the shadows, and we know what goes on in the light, and we know we can stay with our moral compass, and we need really grounded, strong, integrity-driven moral compasses, strategic, you know, like, we need, I'm going to say, speak from the I, white people, we need to be checking and understanding our privilege, regulating our nervous system, doing the things that we need to do so we can show up for the liberation and the care of all, like, those who are being impacted by this white supremacy. That's really part of it, right? Like, for our BIPOC community, trans folks, everybody who's impacted within this, we as white people need to be equipped. We need to be exercising that temperance and knowing, like, when to step in and when to step back, how to take care of ourselves so we can be present. And that means being vulnerable. That means asking for help. That means utilizing the tools and doing it. It's like our responsibility to get our fucking shit together. And that's kind of the Temperance. And with it, this Four of Pentacles, which is an interesting card because I think sometimes it can be like a stable growth. Like it can symbolize from like a grounded material world kind of way of like, I've seen some cards where it's like a garden. It's kind of like that time it takes to grow it and to tend to that and be patient with it and not rush it. And that's what I think right now kind of is this, like, we need kind of a strategic, like we need to be doing, you know, Temperance is kind of like you need to be doing the meditation. You need to be like integrating, you know, the shadow and like understanding these things and being attuned, right? So we can serve. And like the Four of Pentacles is kind of like, make sure you have the go bag set. Like, did you plant the seeds? Like, do you have a savings account or some cash stored, set, and good? Maybe in your car. Like, are you, and it can also mean like trying not to get caught up in the fear and the scarcity and like, oh my God, everything, da, 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 da. Like, yeah, it is. It totally is. And you know, these things are real. Like, the stuff is happening, but like stay really grounded, I think, and rooted in what you presently have, and don't, you know, try and like squirrel it away, right? That's capitalism, that's white supremacy. So instead, this Four of Pentacles is kind of like, yeah, be strategic with your resources and also share them. Don't hold them too close. Like, yeah, you know, and I think in here it's kind of like above the head, below the ground, and at the heart. It's interesting. So it's like our understanding of resources, our understanding of success, of achievement, of wealth, of things that we have, of like financial stability or instability, all of that stuff. Like, if we are head, heart, grounded, aligned, right? Like, if we are divesting, right, and investing in communities and mutual aid and care and like each other, that's a realigned and strategic, sustainable Four of Pentacles growth that we can set forth. You know, and the shadow of that is kind of like, I'm going to keep it all with me and I'm not going to use it. And, you know, no, like, you know, and so redistribution, reparations, care, really, really, really head, heart, grounded, aligned investments in our time, in our energy, in our resources, in our money. All of that is noted this week. And I think with this eclipse and kind of the clearing that's happening, like, which is like it was with the South Node, and this clearing of, you know, kind of attachment to past ways of doing things, attachment to stories around, I think, scarcity, being seen, community, relationships, home, how we're growing our home, all of that, even on the larger scale, right? Like Palestine. Palestine is a home to people. It is not to be colonized. It is not to be taken. It is to be free. And that is this reckoning that people around the world are being forced to wake up to, which we can get into. You know, it's horrific. And also there is this, the state is being recognized. There are things that are shifting and opening, and I think that is kind of that Virgo, Pisces, where it's kind of just like, no, we're pulling it all out. We're pulling up these roots of harm and these roots of false history and historical amnesia, and we are coming to terms with our responsibility, our understanding, our interconnection, and the need for care, for healing, for liberation, and for free Palestine. So that's on the collective level, right, of like the Four of Pentacles. And I think, you know, again, an example is like your community, if you are doing solidarity, is doing the work in your community as well as doing in who you're in solidarity with. So thinking about your mutual aid being very local and being very global and interplaying in that, I think can be a really good lesson of Four of Pentacles. And the Temperance too, and like understanding our energy, our care, and how we can replenish to serve and all of that. This is a lot. I hope it makes sense. This is all coming through me as right now. So that's kind of it, you know. I think like this week is just like thinking about your reserves, thinking about how you are recalibrating, how you are integrating, how you are remembering that like you have been on a journey, you have learned, you know how to find your balance, come to your center and show up and be present and make decisions from the head and the heart and the whole aligned. That's really what this is. Things you can do this week: do grounding meditations, send money to your local mutual aid, call your senators, check in on your neighbors, cook a meal for your friends, share something, give something away, thank yourself, and take a deep breath. That's all I got for you. I hope you have a beautiful week. I hope you feed your magic in the ways you can. I hope you feed your magic for yourself and for your community. And may you love righteously for us all. Okay. Happy Sunday. Bye, babes. Hi, witches. Just one last little reminder. Thanks for watching. I hope it feeds your magic. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and send this video to someone who you think would love it or need it. You can also go to the bio in my profile, and you can go to my website. And if you want to work one-on-one with me, I offer tarot readings, I offer creative integrative coaching, and I offer plant-based support. Specifically, I love working with all my favorite women, femmes, queers, folks who are making their magic and wanting to share it with the world. I work a lot with punks, organizers, artists, creatives, academics, and in between. If you are needing some support in project planning, ideating, setting up the systems for your business, I am your witch. I am here to support you and help you project plan. And if you need a tarot reading that is kind of like the beginning foundation part of it, or just a check-in, because sometimes, you know, we all need different things, and I like to offer different little portals for us to work together, you can do that with tarot reading. And if you need plant babe support energetically for running and doing and all the things, I'm your witch. So don't forget to flow to the bio, subscribe, like, and let me know how you think of this. Okay, take care. Bye. Mwah.